So how do you become successful as a musician? Let's talk about it today. So success is a term that has become really complex and convoluted in many ways. We have attached many descriptors to success nowadays. So is success having a large following on social media? Is it about being popular? Is it about having a lot of views on YouTube? Is it about making lots of money? In its simplest form, success means the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. That's all it is. It's becoming good at something and excelling in it. Now, we will use this simple definition as our working definition for today's video, which leads us into our first tip. Define what success is to you. I think this is the most important step for all of us to take. We have to define what success is to us. Now, in my work with many music students, I've noticed that many of them have adopted someone else's definition of success, and they're trying to live that out, but they're not being successful trying to live out someone else's definition because it isn't their own. Now, as you begin to define what success is for you, let two terms drive your definition: purpose and journey. And with that, establish concrete and realistic goals. And as you develop these goals, make sure you have a plan to reach your goals. You just can't have a goal, but you have to have a plan to reach it, right? Now, I'm interested in what your definition of success is. Comment below and let me know what your definition of success is. Now, you've probably heard people talk about the secrets to success. I'm not sure if it really is a secret. I think success leaves a trail. And for me, I call this a success profile. And we're going to talk about that now. So tip number 2 is be consistent. What does consistency look like for us as musicians? I'm glad you asked. 1, show up on time. Another is to show up to rehearsals prepared and to learn music thoroughly, and also treat every gig as if it's your most important gig. So again, that's a short list. I can go on and on what consistency should mean to us as musicians. Now, you also want to learn from other people who are successful. Now, you've probably heard people say before to surround yourself around successful people. Now, that's true, but that's not enough. It's not enough because I have seen people surround themselves with successful people but did not become successful themselves because they were not learning from the people they were around. So it's not enough just to surround yourself around successful people. You have to learn from them. And you learn by asking questions. You learn by getting an understanding of how things work, why they do what they do, what makes them do what they do, how they do what they do. Then lastly, you have to model success. Tip number 3, be passionate and driven. So now when you have completed tip number 1 by defining what success is to you, and you have identified your goals and objectives, you want to have this healthy inner drive to help you attain those goals. Now, I say healthy very intentionally because when you're driven, sometimes you become so focused on where you're going that you may run over people in your pursuit. And that's not healthy because you're going to need people in order to be successful. People help you become successful. So as you're on this road to success, make sure you don't run over people in your pursuit and don't burn bridges. Tip number 4, be fearless. Now, on your journey to success, you're going to travel some paths unknown. Things that are unknown sometimes bring about fear within us. And I think that's natural. It's part of our human nature. But we have to learn how to confront fear. First by acknowledging it, then sitting with it by thinking through it, then by confronting it and overcoming it. And with this, you also have to have a plan on how you're going to confront and overcome your fears. And some fears take longer to overcome. Not all fears are created equal, but take action. Tip number 5, be a student. Always be willing to learn and never stop learning. As you are becoming consistent, driven, and fearless, you're really creating your own success wheel. And wheels are circular and have a recurring pattern. So you're going to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And by learning what works for you and what doesn't work for you, what you're really doing is synthesizing your success. And so the more you're able to synthesize your success, the more you're able to repeat it, which is most important. So then you're able to transfer your success wheel and your synthesis of success to various spaces and various projects. So you're learning what success looks like for you, and you've really created your own ecosystem of success, which is repeatable, which is so important. Tip number 6, believe in yourself. So results occur when you believe in yourself. Now listen, let me tell you something. Imposter syndrome is a real thing that many people struggle with, including myself. Imposter syndrome is really a fancy psychological term for self-doubt in some ways. So imposter syndrome is when we doubt our accomplishments and possess this internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. So you have the external evidence of accomplishments, the receipts, if you will, but you still have this inner battle that is causing doubt. It's human nature for us to doubt ourselves, but we have to bring that in and get that under control if we want to be successful. Tip number 7, success is earned. A word that we don't hear as much today is patience. With almost everything being at our fingertips, we don't like to wait. We want things quick, fast, and in a hurry. Well, success doesn't really work like that. Success takes patience, and it can be a slow process, but the results are high and worth every effort. So develop patience during this time as you are working on redefining what success is for you. Be patient with yourself and certainly be patient with others. I hope these tips were helpful. If so, click that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and until next week, stay focused and stay musical. See ya.